Welcome back to the Scripts and Screens podcast. This is season 1, episode 4. I'm your host, Imani Nicole.
Episode 5.
It's episode 5?
Yeah.
Episode 5. Oh, and I put that too. Episode 5. Whoops.
Okay. We losing track too, which is good. That means we're rolling.
Right. That means we're rolling and rolling and rolling. So I'm Imani Nicole and
Lashana Robinson.
So how was your weekend or your week?
Good. Again, I have not been doing anything. I've been inside. I have started juicing though. I got me a juicer.
Oh, how is that?
It's good. I feel healthy.
I just don't like pulp. So is there a way to get rid of the pulp when you juice?
I mean, mine is pretty good where it's not really any pulp. I saw on TikTok where this girl takes her leftover pulp and she like bakes it and then puts it in a food processor. And she uses like the, I don't know what you would call it, but she puts it over her salad for like more nutrients.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might try that. I don't know. We'll see.
Sounds like a lot of work, but it sounds cute.
Right.
Like once you get the little process, like we gotta.
You know, I gotta make a reel because you know how it is.
Right.
If you didn't make a reel. So.
Exactly. Nobody believes you if you don't make a reel.
Right. So how was your weekend? Were you outside again?
I was outside again. I'm ready to sit down.
You have stayed outside.
It's because everyone's turning 30, so I'm on like a dirty 30 birthday tour, and we were in Vegas, and it was too much.
Really?
It was too much. Like, I had such a great time, but like even Sunday, so my flight left Monday at 6 a.m. Stupid idea of mine. So I didn't even go to sleep. So Sunday when we went out, I just stayed up till my flight. Didn't even go to sleep. Yeah. So then I almost missed my flight, made it by the skin of my teeth. Yeah, but we had such a blast. We did like the spear. I don't know if you've ever seen that where it's like that big ball in Vegas that they just built. Yeah, so it's like this giant spear and like they put different things on the outside. So like they were showing like the Chiefs and the 49ers and it's like this big circle dome.
Oh, wow.
So we went to that and looked at a postcard from Earth, which was really, really good, really good. Because you're like basically sitting and like it's like a TV surrounds you. So like you see stuff walking and hear it. Like it's a very immersive experience. Mm-hmm. And then we went to the Beatles One Love show. We could leave that out. Yeah, I went to sleep. I only saw like 30 to 40% of it. I went to sleep. But they said that there was like a lot of injuries and that's why it wasn't like as good as it usually is. Not sure about that. And then we went to a show called Absinthe, which was really, really good. It was like a lot of crude humor. Mm-hmm. So like there was a couple sitting in the front and their and a daughter. And like they kept like making jokes at the dad because he wouldn't laugh. So then like they kept making jokes and picking on him even more. Like, oh, you voted for Trump and you're just mad. Like just kept, and they left. They left the show. So yeah, they left the show. It was crazy. But overall, 10 out of 10, I had a really, really, really good time. But I'm just tired. Like I'm just literally so tired. And I work this weekend. So I'm like, Friday's like my only rest day. So yeah, I work all weekend. I got off earlier though for the Super Bowl. So somebody is covering the second half of my shift on Sunday. Mm-hmm. But I might be watching it right here. From the house. I don't even know if I'm going to go to a Super Bowl party or not. As it gets closer, I might just stop by, show face. Right. But I don't know if I'm actually like legit going to be anywhere for the full thing.
I don't blame you at all. Because when I tell you, you have been running since like December, maybe even before that.
No, literally, I remember doing so much stuff last year and I said, okay, this year I'm not going to do anything. And then it being completely opposite. And then like even Simone wanted me to come on her trip, which would be next month. To go to Colombia, but my job hasn't approved it yet. I don't think they're going to because if I do that, then I literally will be taking off every month up until the end of the year, which is they're not going for that. So I don't think I'll be making that. So I'll be using March to rest, and then my sister's baby will be here in April. So yeah,
what did she do? April
3rd.
Okay, all right. So she's not going to have one of y'all crazy Taurus. Good.
No, please.
We don't need no more of those.
Oh, please. The world is a better place because of Tauruses being in it. All right, moving into our weekend or weekly bloopers. And as we were just talking about the Super Bowl coming up, it's expected that estimated 100 million people will be tuning into the Super Bowl. So, of course, a lot of big production companies and movie companies are going to be airing things to give us exposure to it. So for 30 seconds in the first quarter, it's $7 million to run a 30-second ad, which is insane. But I guess if the estimated 100 million go and only like 10%, I'm not great at math. I guess it's worth it. You get that money
Right.
back.
Right.
So,
They got it. They got it.
yeah, I think so. So Paramount is going to be the big thing of this year because they're the sister company to CBS, and CBS is who's going to be showing the game on Sunday.
Gotcha.
So you're going to see the prequel to A Quiet Place, and I love A Quiet Place. Have you seen it? Any of them?
I don't think so.
With John Krasinski and Emily Blunt?
No, you got to put that on my watch.
Oh
the thing
my
you recommend me to watch.
gosh. Yes, because it's so good. It's like I Am Legend, but with a family.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's not zombies, but it's like some other kind of crazy loony type stuff. But it's really good. We're expected to see a trailer for Bob Marley's One Love, which is like a reggae biopic. And then they're going to be pushing Paramount Plus, which is their streaming platform. And they already have some shows out like Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, and some other ones. Do you have any that you're excited to see?
One Love.
I want to see that.
I definitely will be in theater seeing that. I just remember my favorite Super Bowl commercial, and it's so weird because it's just so random, but it's the only one I remember. This 2004 Super Bowl, Kel Mitchell and Monique did a commercial together. Do you remember that one? For Pepsi?
Not a clue.
Yes. So Monique is like a waitress at a diner, and Kel is like sitting at the counter crying because his girlfriend broke up with him. And she hands him a Pepsi and is like, here, take a Pepsi. And he drinks it and then like falls in love with Monique. And like
no, I've never seen that. That's funny though.
Just a Friend by Biz Markie plays in the background. And I kid you not, like 4th, 5th grade, 6th grade, Shauna only drunk Pepsi because that commercial told me Pepsi went good with sandwiches.
It's going to help you.
I promise you.
So it worked then.
It did
work.
It worked.
So do you still drink Pepsi now?
No, I
but you did it for a whole year though. They made so much money off you drinking Pepsi for a whole
4th
year.
grader, like they were like, Pepsi goes great with sandwiches, and 4th grade me was like, all right, well, every time I get a sandwich, I'm getting a Pepsi.
Right.
And yeah, so it worked.
Okay,
my 9-year-old self.
That's funny. I don't even remember what my favorite commercial is. I'm gonna keep my eye out. I just remember like a lot of the crazier ones. Like I'm like the one. Okay, I guess it's my favorite, but it's not. I mean, it's a favorite, I guess, because I thought it was really funny. So, and I can't remember if it was flipped, but whichever way they did it. It was flipped. So there were 2 of my favorites actually. There was the one where Steve Harvey, that one year when he did Miss Universe or Miss America, and he read out the wrong name.
Yes.
T-Mobile did like a joke on that, and I thought that was funny. And then the other one was when they took the guy that did Verizon for so many years and then had him pop out as the Sprint guy. Oh, that was classic. That was classic. I don't know who thought of that at the drawing board, but that was right on the money. Right on the money. Like that was really good. So that would be my 2.
I'm like, there's no loyalty. Like you've been Verizon for years.
Yeah, but that means he probably didn't have like a good non-compete package because if he had that in his contract, he wouldn't have even been able to make cell phone commercials with other people. It's like Flo of Progressive. Like I can't imagine her doing anybody but Progressive.
Right.
So it'll be interesting. But they claim that like Sony's sitting out this year, Netflix, Amazon Prime. Really? So we won't see the trailer for Bad Boys 4. We won't see the trailer for Ghostbusters, but they said Universal is expected to participate, and they're supposed to be doing Kung Fu Panda and Wicked. I love Kung Fu Panda. And they're supposed to be showing Wicked with Ariana Grande. Now, question, I don't know if you know this or not. I don't know the answer. Is Wicked the musical or movie she was filming when she started talking to that man that like had a newborn baby and a wife that he was separated from?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. So yeah, they're supposed to be showing that. And Kung Fu Panda 4 and Twisters. Do you remember Twisters, like the hurricane movie?
It sounds
Tornado movie. It was good. The original's good. So they're coming out with a new one for that. And then they're supposed to be showing Inside Out 2. We're supposed to see some promo for that possibly. And then also Disney Plus, they're saying may show, or Disney may show Deadpool 3 with
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. So they're all predictions. So Sunday, I guess we'll see if they actually, who decides, because Netflix could change their mind and we may see one. They
Right.
just don't know. But that's what they have predicted will show. So I guess we'll be able to confirm on Sunday and keep our eye out for our favorite commercials so we
Right.
can
I might have a
say
new
which
one
one.
after this
Right,
year.
right. But you said 2004, so they're going to have to blow
It's
your mind.
literally 20 years ago. I just realized that.
22 decades ago.
But I think it just stuck with me. I don't know if that's been, I guess it's my favorite because it's the only one I remember. But yeah, that
Yeah.
it stuck with me because I literally went out and bought Pepsi. I was a little consumer, my little money.
Yeah, you were a little consumer.
Yes.
All right, moving on to our plot and pop for this week.
Girl, American Nightmare.
American Nightmare. 3 episodes on Netflix. And basically, I'm just going to read you guys the description. After a harrowing home invasion and kidnapping in 2015, a couple is accused of staging the ordeal when the woman reappears, haunting the couple with a new series of tortures. So it follows Denise Huskins and Aaron Quinn, who said that they were basically, Denise Huskins was kidnapped out of Aaron Quinn's home. So they don't live together. It's just she's at her boyfriend's house. And they're saying that she was kidnapped and that there was a person wearing like a wetsuit and they were told to put on goggles that had tape over them, and they were kidnapped. And then Aaron Quinn doesn't call till the next day, and it's like noon. It's not like, right away. And that's because he believed that he was being watched, and they showed a camera that was in the room and he was scared. And then he decided, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to go ahead and call. So they show the different parts. And the part 1 is like Aaron Quinn. And the second part was Gone Girl, which was Denise. Who did you believe at first, or who were you thinking it was at first?
It was several different ways I thought this thing was going to go, to be honest. It was so outlandish. I just thought it was I knew it was fake. Like
Yeah,
a
it sounded
wetsuit,
crazy.
blacked out goggles, like they entered the home, not entering, like it just
Right.
sounded like it was fake. So then at first, let's see, I had it wrote down. I thought that maybe Denise made it up. I thought it possibly was a Gone Girl situation. Then for a second, I never thought it was Aaron. Yeah, for
Really?
some reason, I never thought it was him.
Okay.
Briefly, I thought maybe it was the ex-girlfriend.
Oh, Andrea.
Only because,
Andrea, whatever her name was.
yeah, only because the kidnapper kept saying, like, called her by
This
name.
wasn't for you. Yeah. Or
Yeah,
like,
so I'm like,
yeah.
how do they even know her to
Yeah.
associate any of this? So yeah, I don't know. I never got that it was Aaron though, but I was thinking it was Denise. But then when it came together and it really was a person, like I was shocked because it sounded so crazy.
Yes, it was. Yeah, I was shocked too. I thought that I did think it was Aaron at
Oh,
first,
really?
like, because I thought it was Aaron and Andrea, however you say her name, together. That
Mm,
they wanted to be together. Denise didn't, was wanting it to be them, so they
right.
kind of put this together to kind of get rid of her.
That would
That's what
make
I was
sense.
thinking.
That would make sense.
And then, like you were saying, how the situation was so odd. I thought it was so odd too that like she's kidnapped in Vallejo, California, and then dropped off
And
so
Huntington Beach.
far,
Yeah.
Huntington Beach, so far from that location. So
But
I'm
like
like,
close to her parents' home. Like
yeah, close to her parents' home.
that's why
Like,
I thought it was her too. 'Cause I'm like, how would this kidnapper know? Like, I don't know. It was
yeah.
just
And I thought that that was interesting that the reporter, his name was Lee, his last name was Lee, Henry Lee, for the San Francisco Chronicle, was like, door to door kidnapping service. Where do they do that? And I
right.
thought that was odd too. Like,
And
I,
again, like it corresponded so much with Gone Girl. I could see how people, especially with this being like, I think they said Gone Girl had just dropped like a year before, being so
yeah.
fresh because with Rosamund Pike's character, I forgot her name in the movie, literally pulled up to the house at the end, just the same situation. Her husband was cheating. She was blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a lot of correlation. So I really thought it was Denise. I did think it was weird when Aaron said like he was zip tied behind his back. But then when he woke up, he was able to dial. So I'm like,
Yeah,
did they
it's
untie
weird.
him
I
prior to
guess so
them
because
leaving?
they said he was saying he was drugged. So I guess when he fell
Right.
asleep,
They
they
untied
just
him.
went ahead and. But it seemed like the guy that ended up being guilty, Matthew,
Hmm.
it seemed like he was just giving a NyQuil.
Yeah, NyQuil's like something else. Maybe that's why all these rappers drink that lean because it's really
Yeah, the NyQuil got him real sleepy. I just, so that was the one part, like not being able to keep your eyes open. Like I'm trying to think if I've had NyQuil. I'm sure at some point in my life, but
right.
I don't remember having you down like that. But I guess if you have enough of it, it'll take you out
Hmm.
very quickly. Because I'm like, as a person in the medical field,
Right.
well, liquids have a shorter onset. So like a tablet will generally take 30 minutes. So a liquid maybe half the time, so maybe 15. But I
Okay,
feel like that's
pharmacists,
still a
just
lot of
gotta have known
time.
that.
I mean, I have to look it up. Every drug is different, but in in reality, liquids take way less time than a tablet because your body has to basically break that down to a liquid. Liquid, it skips that
Gotcha.
process,
Okay, that
so
makes
that's why
sense.
liquids work faster than tablets.
Mhm.
But I just was like, and then when they said they saw the syringes in the NyQuil, so I'm like, was he literally injecting NyQuil?
Well,
Like, and you can't do that with that.
they said that it was NyQuil mixed with, he kept saying like diaph, I forgot,
Diazepam?
maybe. What is that?
That's a benzo, so that will knock you out. So diazepam, like a lot of people take that before they get on flights because it helps with like anxiety
Gotcha.
and
So I guess it was a mix of both.
yeah, and people will take it before MRIs to help them like be less nervous and to go to sleep. So yeah, if they were on diazepam, yeah, that'll knock you out for sure.
Okay. Because
Because I
that's
thought
what
I
he
heard him saying that
claimed.
he thought it was that, but I didn't know if he actually had like a bottle of the
Right.
diazepam. And then like to think that if they would have actually tracked Denise's phone, they would have found that guy's house where he was holding her was so crazy.
The
I'm like,
police failed her. They
oh,
failed.
they failed her. And none of them even got fired. That was the crazy part, too. Like, none of them got fired. They did win. They did a lawsuit, a defamation suit, and
Hmm.
got 2.5 million. So I was so happy for them for that. And looks like they had 2 kids, and I love that. And the guy, Matthew, had gotten 40 years in prison. But
Yeah.
it was just so crazy because, like, there was so many things going on. He was the peeping Tom of
Mhm.
that area. Nobody ever did anything about that. And then, like, the fact that, like, when Misty was calling,
The cop. Yeah. And they
yeah,
weren't
the
answering the
Vallejo Police
phone.
Department.
How are you
They
not
wouldn't even
answering the phone for another police officer?
exactly. I don't see how that's even like that was crazy to me. Like
Mm.
that was wild. And so, yeah, I never thought it was Denise, but I did think it was the boyfriend.
Mhm.
And so it's just really crazy to me that like everyone they just didn't believe her and that just shows because that there is like a trend with that with like it's women are hard people do not usually trust women like we can tell
Mhm.
someone something and it's just taken with a grain of salt. It's not taken seriously. And it's like, how many things need to happen for you guys to realize, like, we're just not making this up in our heads?
Right. I
But
think
I
that's
thought
why
it was
people
really
were so
good.
upset with Carly Russell too, because
Oh,
we're already not
yes.
believed as women, as
Right.
Black women, and then she does the same elaborate stunt. So yeah, but that killer, he was such a weirdo, and he
He
came off
was.
as compassionate too. Like,
Yes. Like the one girl that said she had been raped already before, and so he
yeah,
didn't do it.
yeah.
Like, what?
And then he's like telling her, I'm not going to do this, but you should get a dog because so this won't happen to you next time. Like,
Yes.
normally when you think of people like serial, he wasn't a killer, but like serial
Yeah.
offenders, you would think like it's something wrong with them, like they're sick in
Yeah.
the head. But he clearly had a conscience that was working. So it's like, why
Yeah.
are you doing this? Like,
It must be, I
what
don't know, maybe that PTSD from the war.
something,
I don't
something.
know. But I did like it. I'm getting really into these little 3 episode docuseries. I love
Yeah.
that because for me, I'm not big on documentaries, but when it's like a quick three
Hmm.
episodes, I can do it. I just don't want like a whole 10 episodes, 8 episodes, a lot for me to
Right. Right.
keep up with. But I
Hmm.
really liked it, and I guess we'll see what other docuseries come out.
Right.
Moving into one of my favorites,
Yes, girly.
The
My
Brother's
goodness.
Son. Take us into that, Shawners.
Yes. So the brother's son, description is when a mysterious enemy targets his family, the eldest son of a Chinese triad heads to Los Angeles to protect his strong-willed mother and oblivious brother. I really like this show.
I did too.
I think like last week we were talking about the two types of good shows, like The Bear being a show that's
Hmm.
it's good because of how it's written and it's like
Yes.
layered and like it speaks to like the human experience versus this one. It's like which it does too in this one, but like action and I think this
Yeah.
was a lot more your speed. I literally was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is a lot more of Imani's speed.
Yeah, it had a good mix of everything. A little romance, a little betrayal, a little
Yes,
action,
yes.
the whole nine.
So Basically, Charles, played by Justin Chien. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. He's so handsome. Anyway,
We
he's
were just talking about that at work yesterday. Like that
uh
man is gorgeous.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's all I'm gonna say about
Charles'
that.
son.
Yes. So Charles is literally baking in his house. Like it opens up just on 10. He's baking in his
Yes.
beautiful penthouse. Mind you, I loved every house in this, like
Me too.
John Cho's house, this house. And four people come to attack him and he kills them all. Like by himself, just kills them all. And his dad walks in and his dad is shot. So they believe it's an assassination attempt. So his dad is a leader of this triad, which basically is a Chinese gang. So Charles hops a flight because he's always told to protect the family, and the rest of his
Hmm.
family is in Los Angeles because his mother has taken his brother because it's too dangerous and she wanted to keep one of her sons, as she said. So she's taken little Bruce to LA and they've lived a quiet life. And Bruce has
Hmm.
no idea he's part of this gang
Yeah.
family, which is crazy to me. So it just basically shows the whole uh, playing out of Bruce finding out who he really is.
Hmm.
People are trying to kill them. They have, like you said, romance, betrayal. I'm going to ask you two questions. You know, my favorite question to ask, probably, I'll probably ask this every episode. Who was your favorite character? And the
It,
second question is, were you shocked when you found out Grace's true identity?
okay, so my favorite character is definitely, I had two.
Okay.
So I really did love Charles just because of the way he played the character. He did really good.
Hmm.
But if I'm going just based off just strictly like who I loved, I'd have to say Blood Boots.
Yes.
I
I
love
was
Blood
so sad when
Boots.
he died.
Me too. I was
But
like,
he
why
was
couldn't it have been
ready.
Zing? Take Zing's
Right,
ass.
but he was ready to die, and he
He
understood his job, and that's
was.
what I'll give about the, I don't wanna say, like, these Asians, like, that sounds
Yeah.
bad, but
Yeah, the
Asian
Asian
people,
culture.
they really
Loyalty.
have loyalty to their family, they have self-respect, like, when it comes to their
Yes.
respect and their family, they are willing to do whatever, and, you know, they stick together, and that's why they do so well, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so Blood Boots, yeah, he was ready to go. She was like, "You know, I can't give them what they want."
Yeah, like I can't give them the list. And
He's
he
like,
was like, I
"I
know.
understand. Yeah, like I'm ready." And yeah,
I
Charles
really
to
loved Blood
me, I
Boots.
think is my favorite character. I just felt so bad for him the whole movie because he
Mm-hmm.
literally was raised to be a killing machine
Yeah, when he was 14 and literally beat that guy to a pulp at the restaurant because his dad was
with
like,
a chair
protect the
leg.
family.
Yes. And then they found out it wasn't even a real assassination attempt. It was a test. So he killed that man for no reason. And that scarred him. He need therapy too. Again, I think every time we gonna have an episode, I'm gonna tell you, but these characters need therapy because Charles needs
Right.
therapy as well. He's literally scarred from that, but he beat that man with a chair leg and got the name Chair Leg Son.
No, literally.
But yeah, he's literally a killing machine, and like neither of his parents. I mean, I can't say that his mother did not love him, but they did not give him love. He didn't receive it
Yeah.
from his father, and then his mother like left. And I think it was so interesting because he was chopping and she was like, "Who taught you how to chop TV?" Because she knew she wasn't there
Yeah,
to
right,
raise
right.
him. And then she blatantly like showed more love and compassion to Bruce
Bruce.
in Charles's face, and that Charles
Yes.
was connected to Alexis. I never liked her, but
I think she's just so shady and down low. Like she tries to, and I agree with Charles. Like I don't, like I know I'm not a good person.
right.
What the problem with you is you fake like you are a good person and you're not.
Mhm.
And even after all that she did, he didn't kill her, and he said he still would never hurt her. And I'm
Right.
like, I just knew she was getting ready to get popped, locked, and
Right.
dropped.
Because she definitely, she had, I'm not gonna say she had me fooled, but like when she literally took that phone out of the FBI truck and then tracked it, like I think she liked him, but she liked her career more. Like,
Oh yeah, 1,000%. I
yeah,
think she definitely liked him, but she liked her career way, way, way
yeah.
more.
As you can see,
She
like
had a
she
point to
has been
prove, and I don't know what we didn't really deep dive into why she felt that point
right,
to prove.
right.
But
Maybe
yeah,
because she's a woman, you know, a person of color. I don't
yeah.
know, but um, and I thought it was funny too how one of the when she had locked up Frank Mobley, he was like,
Hmm.
"I don't trust these white people. I don't trust these black people. I
Yeah,
don't
I only
trust these
talk to
Mexicans.
Chinese.
Yeah, I'm only talking to Chinese." Like, which is again a room full. I read that they had a writer's room full of just Asian people, which is great, which really shows, the culture. As well, I think was showed in Beef as well.
Yeah.
How really
And the
took.
guy that does American Horror Story is part of this too.
Oh, Ryan Murphy.
No, yeah, the other one, Brad Falchuk.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Yes, yes,
So
yes.
he did this with
Mm-hmm.
the other guy. I'm sorry, I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember his name, but yeah, they
Was
teamed
Wu,
up and did
Ryan
it.
Wu.
Yeah, something Woo.
Yeah.
They made this together.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, I see some of the like American Horror Story kind of gory components that come into it. But
Definitely.
it was really good. I grew to love May, whose sister died because they were trying and they thought that
June.
Charles did it.
Yeah, May died. June is the sister.
Oh, is June the sister?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I liked June.
And
She
I
grew on
and the
me.
fact that she played both characters was cool too. Alice Heaton. Yeah, she was on her
Oh,
Lindsay Lohan. She played both sisters.
she really was. Because, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they were twins. They did look alike, but they made them look like the other one was a little bit more bubbly and
Right.
like.
But yeah, she played both.
And I
So
liked how they created like kind of like a family unit. Like after everything was all said and done,
mm-hmm.
it was like. And then I loved how the guy that Bruce first went to, the drug dealer, like I need 5,000, really stepped up to show that he could help the family
Right.
when he helped Bruce and the mom get away.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
TK.
really good. I hope there's a season 2. I'm praying for season
I
2
think there
because,
will be.
we saw that Charles goes with the mom instead of staying and doing the bakeries because he once again still feels that because he grew up in the Chinese culture where
Mm-hmm.
honor and respect supersede how you
Of
feel or you
course.
chasing your
Of
dreams.
course.
Where Bruce never, he grew up in America where we are self-serving. You do what you want, doesn't matter who it affects.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to do improv.
Yeah. Which was
So I
it
want to
was
see
so
that.
funny to me because it's like completely different. And what else did I had something else written down? Oh, the fact it was so weird. The fact that Ching, she was like killing assassins left and right. But when it came to her fight scene with Mama Son, she acted like she couldn't fight. Did you see that?
I didn't feel like that. You felt like she couldn't fight. I felt like they were both kind of working each other. Like she put the gun in the crock pot, and then she had the mom up against the wall. I don't
I
know,
mean,
or maybe
just
she was
compared
struggling with the
to
fact that like she didn't want because she did have
that had to
some emotional
that had to do it
attachment in a
because
way.
the way she was killing in that one scene, especially when he was like, "That guy killed Blood Boots," she
Oh
was
yeah, she went
taking
crazy.
it. I mean, she's literally one of their best assassins.
Yeah.
And you let Mama Son beat you up who ain't fought the whole thing. Like Mama Son, I didn't think she could fight because she did not
I
do
know. I
anything.
know. Charles was like, "Who killed Zane?" He was like, "Mom."
Yeah,
So
and
I
everybody
don't
is
think any of
shocked.
them knew that she was.
Right.
And I didn't know that, like, I mean, of course, towards the end of the show, I figured it out, but I didn't realize that Mama Sun wanted to be head of the triad so bad, like the head of the head dragon
Right.
of the Jade Dragon. I had no clue that was ultimately her goal. Like
Mm-hmm.
when she went to the father who was in the fake coma and was like,
That
"I'm
was
going to
crazy
take
to me.
everything from you." Yeah, that was OD.
He was like, I'm gonna take this opportunity and see who my enemies are. He
Yes.
literally said this. But her mom called her out on it too, because I didn't peep either. But her mom was like, you act like, you married into this love and for the family, but you like this. Like
Yeah.
you like the power. You like having this
Yeah.
authority. Like, and she was right. She was right. Oh, and then about Grace. The question about Grace. Were you
Yes. So I didn't think that she was the head of the boxers.
Mhm.
That threw me for a loop. But I did think that there was something because I'm like, she's lingering all the
Yeah,
time.
tell me about your
And
family. So what's the deal with your family?
yeah, like she was asking all these questions. And then when he asked her about her, she was kind of taken aback at first, but then ultimately talked about like the labor, forgot what they called it, the triangle, something,
Hmm.
if they were part of it. And the brother was like, no, we're not. And they kept saying like evil must be thorough. And they were just like taking everybody out.
Hmm.
But then like I agree with Bruce, like you're really no better. Like you're
Yeah.
killing people, you're killing innocent people if it even means that you're going to at least kill
Hmm.
these triads. So
Hmm.
I thought that was interesting.
Hmm.
But I knew she had something was fishy with her, but I did not expect head of the boxers.
Yeah.
That
I
I did not expect.
I think it threw me for a loop because I don't think I was expecting both the love interests to be
To be, yeah, one,
portrayed.
we wanted to be some type of loyalty.
Right. So it was like Alexis and Grace, who was played. I don't know if you remember the Disney Channel show Bizarre
Hmm.
Park. It came out after we
No,
were
ma'am.
older, yes, but, I
Disney
started
lost
older.
me, I think,
Yeah,
even while we were still in high school.
yes, so she actually was a character on that. Madison He was her name, but I was like, "That's where I know her
Mm.
from." But, yeah, I wasn't expecting both, and then also communication is always an issue, I feel like, in every show, but, again, if everything is communicated, there is no show. Character makes plot, so, like, specifically, I'm thinking, like, when Charles was about to go to that big meeting
Mhm.
and Bruce knows that there's an attack. And
Yeah.
he's like, I got something to tell you. I got something to tell you.
Right, just tiptoeing.
Right. Everything, literally every issue can be avoided if people communicate. But of course, if they
Right.
do, then it's gonna be no show. So, and then both the kids, I also noted, were controlled by a different parent in a different
Mhm.
way.
And it reflected who
Hmm.
was raised by who.
Hmm.
And that's why I felt like I loved the relationship that they developed as brothers. Cause like when they first meet, Bruce is like bringing up all these childhood memories and Justin's like,
Hmm.
no, I don't remember. And then like as they got older, they remember something about a taxi, like telling two people different things and
Right.
having them like get mad at each other. And
Hmm.
Justin baking and like
Hmm.
really tapping into, okay, I can bake. And then the mom saying like, that's a great way to wash money. Cause it's not like she was coming around too, but she only came around because Bruce really wanted it. So she was like, oh, okay, you can do improv. Like, I don't want you a part of this. Da, 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 da.
Right.
And I think she realized like, I can't offer one son something and not the other.
Hmm.
And then even when when Charles was like, you can't do this by yourself, like my name alone, you'll be feared in Taiwan.
Hmm.
Um, so Taiwan, they would be Taiwanese.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay, so they're not Chinese. Okay,
Well,
so
Taiwan
then
is a part of China.
is it okay?
Like,
Okay,
it's, like,
okay,
I think on the outside, but it's still, like,
part of China.
yeah,
Okay,
I guess kinda like Hawaii and like, Hawaiian
okay,
are
yeah, like they're
Americans.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that will be interesting to see because she was like, I want you to come because you want to, not because you feel like you have to. But we're talking to Justin here. Like he's always gonna feel like
He's been
Charles.
conditioned for
He's
30
all yeah, like
years.
he can't put himself first. He just is
Mhm.
not that kind of person, not that kind of guy. And I liked also that Bruce still showed that loyalty, even though he didn't to everybody else, he did to his family. So like even when Alexis brought him in, trying to like get him to tell where's your father at, and he was like, I'm gonna kill dad. And I thought when he shot the dad but didn't shoot him in a major organ, that did take me because I thought he was gonna try to actually kill him. He's like, no, dad, I don't want to actually kill you. Like I just want you to leave mom and my brother alone forever.
Mhm.
And like the dad was like, oh, Charles never had the guts to pull a gun on me. Like, you come back with me to Taiwan and we can really shake things up.
Mhm.
And Bruce was almost looked like he was considering it for a second, like,
Right.
wait,
So
I
that
did
really
good?
comes into play of the nature versus nurture thing as well. Like, even though they were raised differently, like the nurture, is it in Bruce's nature because of who his parents are?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I definitely feel like it'll be a season two. The way it ended,
Yeah, I hope
it could
so.
end like, I feel like everything is mostly wrapped up. So it could end, but I don't think it
Yeah, it
will. They
could.
definitely have a lot of room where they can go
Yeah, they
on.
do. I want to see Mama Son
Hmm.
meet with these people, see if they actually make her the woman in charge. Because I do feel like in Chinese culture, like it's
Patriarchy will
men
stay.
are still take the dominant role. It's not
Yeah.
really looked at for women to
Hmm.
be in a line of authority. Like
Hmm.
they're just supposed to cook, clean, make
Right.
sure the family's taken care of.
And even in the show, it showed like when she was supposed to go to the meeting and they were like, well, they don't think a woman should be the face of this meeting. Like,
Hmm.
definitely was shown. Uh,
Yeah, and then Frank Ma was like, "Well, I actually appointed her to something, 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 so she can speak." And it was so funny. She was like, "I want to get my hair done," and he's thinking like, "Oh, you just want to get cute." She was like, "No, I'm getting my hair done because I'm coming into that meeting and shutting it down." She came in with the all white.
with that late Bob with the side.
Yes, I said, "Okay, Mama, son, we got rid of that body wave."
Yes, yes, that lace front, that brown
Yes,
body. I wasn't feeling it too
I
much.
wasn't feeling it either. I loved the
That
bob
black.
a lot more. I would love to see like Michelle Yu,
Hmm.
who played Mama Son, and like Jackie Chan do something like
Hmm.
and Lucy Liu. Like I need them to all three get together and make a
Hmm.
movie.
Yes.
I think that would be so good.
Mhm.
So, so, so good.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm
I
looking
did.
forward to a
I
season two.
enjoyed it. And
Uh,
I wasn't even really, I probably wouldn't have watched Brother's Son if it wasn't for us doing like this and looking
oh
into what we
really?
wanted to watch. Yeah, I don't really watch like action like that. Like I love a thriller, I love a drama, but I don't really watch action. Like I'm not big on Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Like every now and then I get excited about Marvel. I haven't seen one Avengers yet. Not one.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Guardians
Only
of the
seen one.
Galaxy. Like I haven't seen a lot of action-packed movies, but like I like some of them, but it's just not my first pick. Like my first pick is definitely going to be like horror, and then like after that it'd be romance, and like dramas, thrillers. Action is action, like, and then even comedy to me would be picked before action. Like, but I like things that keep me engaged, and this was
I
really
think it
good.
was like good. Like I was telling Vlad, it's like a kung fu movie, but yeah, it
Yes.
has like it was a little bit of everything, which made it something I really enjoyed.
Yes, the fight scenes were terrific. A1. Like I know they had a lot of fun filming this, and I just kept thinking of like, you know what, put me in a bungee cord and let me.
Right. I feel like I need a martial arts class after this. I
No,
do.
literally,
I do.
literally, because if somebody came in, they would. The assassins got me. I'm
Right.
done.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing I
All they
can
had to do
do.
was throw one little knife.
Right. I'm done. I'm
It was
out for
it
the
was hitting
count.
the I was like, yeah, I'm about to sign Avery up. Her dad been
Yeah.
wanting her to do Taekwondo. So
Yeah, I think
but
it's good. And I even did Taekwondo as a kid. Never made it past yellow belt, but I did it.
okay, well you doing better than me.
And Jasmine did move up, so then it was kind of like, all right, we kind of couldn't do it anymore because her times were different than mine because I was not she kept moving up and I was,
Jasmine was on her business. Okay.
yes, because I am like, I don't know, like I don't do well with, like when I was a kid, I would get like nervous. So like people would be like left, my ass would pop out the right foot. And then like he'd be like, right, and I'm popping out the left foot. And then like it's like a running joke with my family because he would be like, sit down, you need more practice. And I'm just like,
What's after you quit?
no, literally. But Jasmine was actually thriving in the karate. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll pick it back up at my big age. But then also I have a bad left knee. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I have a lot going against me right now.
Right.
So I don't know if I can do that. We'll see. Moving into our last plot and pop, and another favorite, like this week was actually really good all around for the series and the movie we picked. Moving into American Fiction, and that's in theaters. It might still be in theaters.
I think it's got a few more days, maybe in LA.
Yes, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's really, 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 really good. It's about Monk, who is a frustrated novelist who's fed up with the establishment that profits from Black entertainment that relies on tired and offensive tropes. To prove his point, he uses a pen name to write an outlandish Black book of his own, a book that propels him to the heart of hypocrisy and the madness he claims to disdain. So, what were your thoughts on American Fiction?
I love a satire. If it's a
Mm-hmm.
satirical type of show, book, movie, sign me up because I love a satire.
And they
And
did it perfectly.
yes, and I wrote all these quotes down, but I don't know why I didn't write who said them. I don't know, I guess because I was in the theater trying to use my little flashlight writing.
Right, right.
But the thing that really stood out to me, it was like white people think they want the truth, but they don't. They want to feel absolved. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that was the theme of the whole movie. Like,
Yes.
he really had a talent, and they were putting him in the African American fiction section when nothing
Yep.
about him, the only thing about him African American, like about the book, was the author. Like
Yes.
he
That
could have
was
been
crazy.
writing a book about trees, and they still stuck him
Would have put
over
him.
in that section. Um, but this is also based on a book too, by called Erasures by Corey Jefferson. So I'll probably read that because I just like to read. But yeah, it's based on a book. And this also was the first thing I've ever watched where Tracy Ellis Ross dies. I don't know why that took me
I
back.
haven't seen her in a lot of stuff. Like I know she had that one show that she was on all
Yeah.
the time, but I don't really watch movies that she's in.
And
So
I think that was what shocked me because I'm used to seeing her like on Girlfriends, on
yeah,
Blackish.
I didn't expect that when she died. Because I thought
Yeah.
when they showed her name, I'm like, they showed her name before they showed Issa Rae. So I'm like, oh, she has like a really prominent role in this movie.
Right. But Issa's role was bigger than hers. And what's her
Mm-hmm.
name? I know her last name was Golden. It's
Sinatra
Sinatra Golden, yes. But
or Centera Golden.
yes, because I was thinking
Centera,
that's a hospital in Virginia
right?
Beach.
And Senpai.
Yes. But yes, Jeffrey Wright played this, and he's also nominated for an Oscar. Well, the whole movie is nominated for Best
Yeah.
Picture. Jeffrey Wright is nominated for Best Lead Actor, as well as Sterling K. Brown is nominated for Best Supporting Actor. They played their roles. That's Sterling K.
I don't think Jeffrey Wright is gonna get it, even though I think he did a
Yeah,
really good job. I don't think he's gonna win it
right.
all. Same with like, Coleman Domingo. I don't think he's walking
Hmm.
away with it either. But I think Sterling K. Brown has a true shot to
Yes. He
really win
played
this
that
role.
role. He played that
He
role.
really did.
And this was like I know he's not gay, but the movie I watched before this, the last thing I watched before this with him was Hunt for Jesus. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
He was down low in that too.
Oh, was he? Because
Yeah.
I saw the previews because they're like a preacher and his wife trying to raise money for the church or something.
Yes, very depressing movie.
Oh, really? It does not come off like that. Like, they kind of show it as a comedy when they're
Yeah.
promoting it.
Yeah, I was prepared to take a little edible and be like, hee hee hee. Didn't get
Right,
the
right.
edible, but
Yeah.
and I should have because I literally finished the movie and was sad. Like,
Oh, no.
yeah, he in the movie he literally is a cop, not a cop, or he's a preacher, but he's under
Uh-huh.
accusations of sexually like being with young boys. And the whole
Mm.
movie, his wife is just trying to like build him up. So yeah, and there's like no resolve at the end. So yeah, so I came from watching that to this, and I'm like, he is playing these gay roles,
Yeah,
playing it. But yeah, he did really well. I
he
love the fact
did.
that Eric Alexander was in it, playing Coraline.
Hmm.
Uh,
I like Erica Alexander.
me too.
She just gives you like that mom
Yes, and she has
vibe.
this like
Like, she's
silver,
just so
like
warm.
her smile. It's like warm. It makes you want to smile back at her.
Yeah, it does for sure.
Um, but yeah, I really overall enjoyed it. If I had to pick a favorite character, it would probably have to be Cliff, Sterling's
Yeah,
character.
mine is definitely Cliff all the way.
He had some things he needed to work out to in therapy with,
Yes.
his basically both of his parents, the mom and the dad. Clearly, they didn't have a good relationship. The only
Yeah.
good relationship I saw was Monk Thelonious with the mother,
Hmm.
and he also had a good relationship, as they said, with the father.
Yeah, they said he was the favorite. Like, he was the
Hmm.
favorite son.
Hmm. But yeah, I just felt like he had everything hitting him at once. He was losing his job, his sister died, his mom's health is failing. And
Yeah.
then for him to come out with this joke of a book and blow up at the same time, like those two dynamics, it's very contrasting. So
Hmm.
yeah. But my
And
favorite
yeah, it was very
okay.
happy
Hmm.
and sad because
Hmm.
he came to help his mom. He found love,
Hmm.
and he found these things he wasn't looking for.
Hmm.
He developed his relationship to be stronger with his sister and his brother, who he was dreading. Like, he's like, I don't want to come here. And
Hmm.
the sister seemed to be like the head of household. Like, she was taking care of the mom, staying in touch with both of the brothers. But
Right.
the two brothers, Monk and Cliff, hadn't talked in years. And he didn't even know that, like, he didn't have any money because his wife took half of everything because she
Hmm.
found him in bed with another man.
Crazy.
And the way even the movie started, I thought was great. Like, them showing like he was easily, like, he was that offensive teacher. Like, you have that teacher that's kind of away from the
Hmm.
books, and he basically had on the whiteboard the N word, and like the nobody in the class that was black felt offended, but the one, the white woman was like, take that off. Why is that on the board?
Hmm.
And it was odd. And then, like, him asking the white boy who had German parents if the parents were Nazis.
Right. Yes.
And I think he did touch on something, though, is that, like, we're put in a box, our struggle sells, and like, we are tired of the black exploitation films, but those are the films that
Hmm.
do the best. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at films that have done really well, it's like 12 Years Slave. Like, it's those ones that are very like,
Yeah.
can we have a non-struggle black movie
Hmm.
where that's why I like The Photograph so much with Issa Rae and
Hmm.
Lakeith Stanfield, because it showed affluent black people.
Hmm.
Their on-screen chemistry didn't do it for me to be like a classic love story, but I loved all the aesthetics of it, that they both came from good money, they
Hmm.
both had money, they both looked well and presentable. And I think that the movie did touch on things that, like, that's what sells. And I think they were saying that, like, they love that we keep feeding, like, our culture that kind of material. Like as Caucasian people, they will indulge in it, but what I liked that they said in the movie is like they'll mock our verbiage and our style, but they never mock our intelligence or
Mm,
our writing style. Like you don't have a Caucasian author saying that they sound like Langston Hughes, or they're trying to tap into Langston Hughes' style of writing.
right.
So I thought that was true, because then I think of like people like Sexy Red, and I see now like it kind of like brought that full circle for why like it's important that that doesn't become the center of what we are
Mhm,
feeding our children, and why we don't want kindergartners twerking and quoting Sexy Red lyrics,
mhm,
because it's not creating what we're
mhm.
all about. They're taking like 2% of the black population and making it
The whole, yeah.
making it the
Mhm,
representation of black people.
mhm,
And I think that that's why that's a problem too, of why you'll have people, other black women or black men that talk, and now it's like, oh, you sound white or you act white.
mhm.
Like, no, these are black people too. Like, why
Right,
is there a voice that's associated with a
right,
color?
right.
And I like the Johnny Walker analogy, like where Johnny Walker has different labels, and like there's like the bottom
Mhm,
shelf, the middle shelf, and he's like and that's how the
mhm,
agent got him to write the book. Like, look, your first book, that's your black label.
mhm,
This one's gonna be your red label. This is the one
mhm.
everybody can afford. This is the one that more people are gonna buy.
Right.
So I thought that
Which
was
is
cool. And
so wild, but it's not wild at the same time. Like it's it's sad that that's how it has to be, but
right.
I believe it. I believe it. And I really like the scene where he was writing and it was like they were acting while he was
Oh
writing.
yes, I
That
love that.
was
While he was in
so
the study,
good.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was really good.
that was
He's like,
so
"What am I saying next?" Like
right.
that
That
was
was
really
so
good.
good. Whoever came up with that idea in the writer's room. Yeah.
And the fact that he wrote that, like, I'm not even gonna lie. When I was watching it, I would have liked the book, The F Word, too. What was the name of it before it became the F Word? Because they ended up changing to the F Word because he was trying to be
Right.
facetious and be like, "Nope, I want to call it that," because he
Yeah,
thought that they
because
weren't gonna do
and
it.
they were like, yes, we'll do it. What is it called? I can't even remember.
Yeah, but I was watching it like when as he was writing, I was like, "This is something I would have watched."
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is something that I could definitely, like, I would have watched. This is already, yeah, I was looking like a
Mm-hmm.
good book. So I could see why his girlfriend, like, enjoyed it. Now, do you think, because, the ending was them writing different things,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that, what was her name? Erica, who was played by
Coraline.
Coraline,
Mhm.
Erica Alexander, do you think she ever took Monk back after he spazzed on her at dinner? And
I think so.
you think so?
Yeah. Do you?
I do, because they had a real relationship, and
Yeah.
he wasn't, and like you said, this comes back to communication. If he would have just told her he wrote the book and why he was upset at why it was doing well, they could have completely
Mhm.
avoided that. But he decided to not speak on it, kept asking her, why you like the book, why you like the book, instead
Right.
of saying, I wrote it.
She would probably be the first person, like, that's his girlfriend. Like, that would be
Yeah,
the first person you could literally, other than your editor, you could tell.
right.
Yeah, so
So
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
understand that.
People and then I think she told him, I'm pretty sure this is her, not being able to relate to others is not a badge of honor. I'm pretty sure she said that.
Yes.
And of course, I just wrote this down.
Yeah, I think she said that though.
Yeah, okay. I was
Because
writing
she
it down.
also, because she was a lawyer, and I liked her line of people are better than their worst deed.
Yep, I wrote
Because
that
he
down
was trying
too.
to ask her about, like, how do you do it? Like, don't you represent people who are guilty? And then I even liked Cliff. Excuse me. I even liked Cliff's line when he was like, why are you looking at the best one? She want the best mother. When they were looking at the different nursing homes for her.
Cliff, he was so funny. I mean, he literally had hurt. Like hurt came out in everything he did.
He really did.
Hmm.
He was holding on to every bit of it. But
Hmm.
I loved how, I forget her name, but the lady that was taking care of the mom, um,
Lorraine.
Lorraine, I
Yeah.
loved how when they came to the house, like their beach house or whatever,
Hmm.
and he thought everybody was gone. So he actually didn't leave when he like told his brother he
Right.
was out, and actually had like two white boys in the kitchen, like
Yeah.
cooking and all that
He was.
stuff.
I mean, Cliff was on one. He was on
Yeah,
one.
and Monk and the mom were like, it's like, and it was her wedding day, which of course Cliff didn't know, but they were like, you gotta go. You gotta
Yeah.
go. And she was like, no, your
Yeah.
family, like, stay. And I knew he felt so bad because he wouldn't have did that had he known that.
Right.
And Lorraine knew that. And she was like, don't even stress yourself out. Don't
Hmm.
get excited about it. Don't get
Right.
upset at yourself. It's fine.
Hmm.
But it was really good. I was hesitant. I didn't know what it was really about, but it
Mhm.
was really, really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So I'm glad we added this. Well, like you said, everything this week.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. So I'm
10 out of
excited.
10 on the things
Yes.
this week.
Yes.
Very,
So
very good.
let's let them know what we are watching next week for episode number 6.
Yes, episode number 6, we're doing MLK/X,
Hmm.
and is that on Hulu?
Yes.
That's on
Genius.
Hulu.
Yes.
And then we're doing Underdogs, which is on Prime. And then we're going to the movies to see Book of Clarence, which I've
Yes.
heard that is really good. So I am
Yes.
excited to see that one.
Yes. Very excited.
And then an also reminder to keep up with your watch your shelf for the month, which is
Hmm.
the Expatriates is the book. The
Hmm.
Expats is on Amazon Prime now. So if you're not going to read the book, then 4 episodes, or I don't know if they're doing they dropped 2 the first time. Maybe they're just going to do 1 now. So there'll be 3 episodes out once this episode airs.
Right.
And then me and Sean are going to do another episode recommendation. So I'm
Yes.
going to have her watch season 1, episode 1 on Netflix of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
I'm excited for that. And I'm going to keep Imani on Atlanta. And she is going to watch season 2, episode 1, Alligator Man, with our main Cat Williams and
Oh,
his Emmy performance.
yes.
Since we talked about it, I'm like, let's go ahead and knock it out the way.
Yes. Yes,
So,
I
yeah.
want to see that.
Yeah.
That was on my list of things to see anyway, so that works out
Mhm.
perfectly. Is there any other closing things you want to tell them to look out for, anything like that?
No, I just, again, want to thank everybody. We are going to do a kind of a wrap up where we discuss you guys' comments. Well, maybe next episode. Don't quote me on that, but it'll be
Yeah,
very soon.
it'll be after the next episode airs. We'll do like 5, like a
Yeah,
recap of the 5. So yeah, we will
right.
be working on that for you guys because we do want to hear your
Yes,
thoughts. And thank you for those who have been commenting. I
yes,
know I saw I think I'm saying his name right, Khalil. He said he went and
yes.
watched American Fiction because of us and he loved it.
Hmm.
So Khalil, thank you so
That's
much
a
for
Khalil.
going and watching. I
Yeah.
loved it too. I thought it was really good.
Hmm.
And then I know one of my coworkers, Shayla,
Shayla,
told me that she had
yes.
made some comments
And then
about the brother
Christina
son.
and Dayon. Shout out to all
Yes.
of y'all. But yeah, we're gonna definitely go
Yes.
more in depth in what you guys said and basically respond back officially on here. But yeah, just continue to support us because we definitely appreciate it, and I cannot say how much we appreciate Imani and
No,
myself.
literally.
So every time someone's like, "I listened, it was good," it just makes me so happy.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
mhm. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. Thanks so much for tuning in and we will see you guys next week. Bye.